This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die. And these Shields boys. Here's Johnny.
Another one. Another one.
Yeah, the Zodiac Killer, man, yo, it was crazy because I didn't know nothing about him. I'm from East New York, and he was from East New York, which was bugged out. But I didn't know nothing about him. All I know is when I got to the gallery in NIC, and this was before Corey Jackson came and cut John Royster. He had come, well, I had came on the gallery. When I came on the gallery and they first put me in the tank, he was in like 5 tanks away. And he had, the only time I even heard this dude talk, because he barely talked. He was like, yo, what's your zodiac sign? And he looked at me, and I looked at him like, what you mean, what's my zodiac sign? Saying you gay or something? What's wrong with you? Why you asking me my zodiac sign, bro? You got issues. You know what I'm saying? And after that, then I was reading the newspapers. And as I was reading the newspapers, I was starting to notice in the newspapers how they were saying that they got the Zodiac Killer. So that became interesting to me. So here I'm reading the newspaper. And I'm reading about what he did to his half-sister. And then I'm reading about the murders that he had. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm bugging out because I'm like, yo, this dude was the Zodiac Killer? I thought they never caught him. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they did. I'm not knowing that this dude was a different Zodiac Killer than the Zodiac Killer in San Francisco in the 60s. So here it is. He's on the gallery, but he's in the tank 5 tanks away. So he's not really saying nothing, but I'm just watching him. Like I'm watching the way he goes to the shower. When he goes to the shower, he always went with his Bible. This dude did not let that Bible go. I'm talking about when he went to court, he went with the Bible. If he had to go to the clinic, he went with the Bible. Everywhere he went with the Bible. So I was like, yo, his hands is always tied. Because he's always holding that Bible with 2 hands. So I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I get a chance, I got to get this one right here. You know what I'm saying? He was from my hood, and he violated somebody from my hood. Like, I didn't know his sister, because she's a little older than me. Like, you know, she's about, you know, maybe 5, 6 years older than me. Matter of fact, she's about 8 years older than me. So, you I didn't know his sister. But when I read the story in the paper, I was like, yo, this dude is foul, yo. This dude actually try to murk his own sister or half sister. This dude's straight up just a foul dude. So here it is, you know what I'm saying? I believe it was right after Corey Jackson cut John Royster. Like I said, man, this gallery had nothing but high profile cases. And I was on that gallery because they couldn't put me nowhere on the island. Because I done blast something almost everywhere and my cuttings was too high. Like I had at least by then, I already had like maybe 20 cuttings already. So they wasn't trying to leave me anywhere, no population, put me nowhere. They just was like, basically, we won't put him here. That's what they had me for a while. So, mind you, after Corey Jackson cut John Royster, they took Corey Jackson out of there. That was the last time I saw Corey Jackson. So I'm still on the gallery. They don't know, I put that one together. So, I'm basically going for the next one now. You know what I mean? Because as far as I'm concerned, everybody in that gallery is fool. So now, I was waiting for a while, but this dude was hard to get. You know what I'm saying? And then one day he was going for the shower. And when he was going for the shower, I was timing him. But he wasn't stupid either. Like, you can't say this dude is a dummy. This dude is meticulous. When he was going to the shower, yes, he was holding the Bible and everything. He saw me get close to the gate. But I'm not making no impression in him like I'm going to do something to him. I'm just standing close to the gate. What he did was, when he was walking down towards the shower, he didn't get close to the gate. So I had to reach out for him through the gate. Because that's the only way I was going to be able to get him. They wasn't putting him nowhere where anyone could have physical touch with this dude. So I reached out through the gate and caught him in the shoulder area coming down. I cut his shirt, I cut his down his arm, and he ran. He ran like Roger Rabbit. He was out. Ran, got up out of there. And he stumbled in the front. And I remember the CO was like, yo, they cut the Zodiac. It was the third tank. They was like, who, Wildcat? They was like, yeah, Wildcat. And he was like, oh man, we have to get Wildcat and move him. We're gonna have to move him to the back. Cause now we got John Royster got cut, and now he just tried to cut the Zodiac. This is getting a little, we're gonna get in trouble for this, you know what I'm saying? And he was in the front, he didn't even say nothing. I ain't gonna lie, he didn't say nothing. What he did was he stood there and he was like, yo, I can't go back on that gallery. And they was like, well, we can't put you nowhere. And eventually what he tried to do, and it actually worked, was he tried to hang up. He tried to kill himself, tried to commit suicide. And they ended up taking him off NIC and they sent him to C95. I'll never forget it. They sent him to C95. And I didn't see him no more until one day I went to court. It was funny, because when I go to court, they had to put us in the same van because we both was ERU escort to go to court and come from court. We can't ride no buses. We're high profile. So I'm high profile because of jail stuff, and he's high profile because of his case. And like I said, we can't go on the bus. So I see him on the van. They put him in the front and put me all the way in the back of the van with a CO in the middle. And you know me, I'm in the van like, yo, what's up, man? How you run like a bitch, man? Is that the same way your victims ran when you was going after them? Oh, I forgot. Some of them would sleep on benches, right? I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, you don't represent East New York. You ain't no East New Yorker. You was a bird. And I was doing them dirty for the whole thing. So now when we get to court, and it was funny, we both was going to Queens Court. And and they was about to put us in the same pen. And he goes and tells the CO, he's the one that cut me. Don't put him in here. Yo, that was funny as hell. Cause I'm telling him, like, yo, don't, I'm trying to tell him, but the CO's hearing me. I'm like, yo, don't blow it up, son. I gotta go in there with you, man. Don't worry about it. Ain't no beef. We good. But he was like, don't put him in here. Please don't put him in here. I'm like, yo, bro. Yo, you really gonna do that, bro? I'm giving you a chance to get back. But he's kept telling him, don't put him in here. Don't put him in here. And the CEOs are bugging. They like, yo, ain't this dude the Zodiac killer? And he's scared of this dude here? And then the other CEO said, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't minimize this guy. Maybe his case ain't high profile, but this guy is a high profile slasher on Rikers Island. And he already got him, and he tried to get him, but, like I said, when he was walking down the gallery, I didn't get him that good because he was on point. This dude was not no stupid idiot. He was coming down that gallery on go time. It just so happened that I was fast enough to get him, but I couldn't get his face because, the face is about maybe from shoulder length to neck is about maybe another, maybe 12 inches, 16 inches. So when he weaved, that's why I wasn't able to get his face. I was only able to get him like in the shoulder area going down, and he cut his shirt. You know what I'm saying? So from then on, I had a separation with this dude. We couldn't land in none of the same jails, because when I went up north, he was in where they had him in at? They had him in Attica. So that's why I couldn't go to Attica. They said I had a separation there. I didn't know who it was until later on they slipped and they told me Eddie Cedar. I was like, Eddie Cedar? Who the hell is that? And then I said, oh, hold up, ain't that the Zodiac dude? Oh, he's in Attica. This is how I knew that he had got sentenced and got all that time. Because now when I was getting released out the box, I couldn't go to Attica because he was there. So that's why they sent me to Comstock. But this dude was a straight coward. Straight coward. You should have seen the way he ran. Like when that razor came out that gate and caught him on the shoulder, and his shirt was ripped and all that, yo, son was out. He can run. I wouldn't race him. He'd probably beat me. But he hauled ass up out of there because he knew, you know what I'm saying, that I was trying to dig it in him and try to rip his face in half. But he, like I said, he got up out of that one, and then he went and hung up. He committed fake suicide because, basically the way it was of like, they can't house you there if you're a suicide attempt, if you're suicidal. So they took him out of there, and that's how he got to C95. So we were both in different buildings, because I was going to try to get him again, but he made sure he got off that gallery. He didn't want to stay on that gallery because he knew if he stood on that gallery the second time, I was going to get him in the face. So I was going to get him and stab him or get him. And he knew I was after him then. So that kind of blew up the spot. You know what I'm saying? So we never landed in another spot again. And he made sure that, we had a separation. I'm telling you, ERU never had a CO sit in between the seats of two inmates, especially in those vans. That's, you got the black chain, you got the chain, the black box, leg irons. These COs were different. They was like a military COs. They carry AR-15s, all kinds of machine guns. When we went to court, they moved the traffic and everything out the way just to get us to court and back. There was no lights. There was no traffic. If there was traffic, they moved it. They was horning, sticking their guns out, everything just to get us out, in and out. That's the way it was. The mission was get us to court. Once we get seen, get us back fast as possible. And a lot of times I used to be traveling with this dude to court, and I used to be saying to myself, man, one of those victims' family, man, is gonna bust shots at these vans or something one day, and I'm gonna get caught in the crossfire. That's the only thing I hate about traveling with that dude. You know what I'm saying? But nothing ever happened. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, I found out that him and Chino Glass is lovers. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? This dude done went up north and turned the other way and got with Teardrop, aka China Blast. And now they're lovers, and they was trying to get on some promoting for transgender to get tits and all kinds of craziness inside the jail. That thing was a talk of the town too. But my experience with him was simple, man. I was trying to tear his head off because he was giving East New York a bad name. And I didn't know Chachi, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know her, but I felt her pain because, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was mad young at the time, and this dude, you know what I'm saying? He was going after his own family. That's how ruthless this dude was. He didn't care about his family. He didn't care about nobody. He's just a straight loser that felt that he gonna gain some fame by copycatting the San Francisco Zodiac Killer's traits. And he ended up getting caught, you know what I'm saying, because he went after his own family. But yeah, I definitely got him in the NIC. And he, out of that, you know, he didn't want to live there no more, so he faked a hang up. I mean, you never know, maybe he really did want to hang up and kill himself. But he did definitely put some type of sheet around his neck and try to hang up. And then the CO saw him doing that. They went in there and cut the thing down, the whatever sheet that he made, and they transferred him out of there, and he went to NIC, which was bugged out. They put him in some MO unit over there. He was in the MO unit in NIC. The Zodiac Killer was in the MO unit. MO unit is for mentally obscured people. MO, that we call them MO, bug outs. People in there just lost their mind. This dude did that to escape the gallery because he knew I was after him. And that's my story about him. And now he's up north, you know, he's still got 200 and something years, and you know, he's never coming home. But the things that he did, you know what I'm saying, people are never going to forget. And like I said, I didn't even know at first that was him. I didn't even know he was from East New York. All I knew is when I first got there, he asked me my zodiac sign, and I felt that was kind of gayish, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? And then, you know, I focused on Jordan Royster, but then I never kept my mind off of him. And when I read the newspaper and saw the story, I was like, yeah, he's fooled. I'm gonna get him.
Another one.
So it was early 9/3. Or should I say, like in the middle part of 9/3, and I was in a full building. I remember seeing the news, and they was talking about the dude that shot his pregnant girlfriend and killed her. And I remember when they came through, they was putting like dudes with high-profile cases like that in one upper. And I remember what they did was they was changing the Bing yard, and we had the yard. Instead of the same yard that one Law went to, we had our own yard, one Main, which was on the other side of the gate. But then, you know, they were starting to let those high-profile inmates on the other side of the gate. So I was saying to myself, like, one day I came out to the yard, I saw him out there, and I was like, yo, ain't that the dude that shot the girl, the pregnant girl? And a lot of dudes didn't know because, you know, a lot of dudes wasn't into really watching the news like that. I used to always watch the news just to make sure that, you know, if I did something, I ain't mess up and they onto me. That was what the news was for. But I seen Duke in the yard. And that first day I saw him, you know what I'm saying, I walked up close to the gate so I could get a look at him, make sure that's him. And I was like, yeah, this is that dude. But then for some reason, I guess he must have saw me, and they stopped letting one Main Bing go outside while them dudes was outside, because technically, even though there's a gate there, they didn't want us going outside with them dudes because them dudes are scared. Even though they committed like high-profile crimes or whatever in jail, they was soft as hell. And a lot of their crimes were crimes of passion and other things that made them do that crime. where it really wasn't like they were cold-blooded killers. They were just stupid in the things that they did, the way they reacted about situations. So I had to wait. I ain't gonna lie, because this dude was going to trial and everything, so I had to wait for a while to bump into him again. And I did. I bumped into him again. You know what I'm saying? And we went to the yard, and I saw him out there again, and he was talking with some other kid, but now he was on some rah-rah stuff, like he was tough. You know what I mean? He was talking like murder one shit, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about nobody, I murder anything. You know what I'm saying? And I was just watching him all this time. I'm just watching him. He doesn't even know. I want to get him. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you know, everybody knows I'm from East New York, but Ozone Park, you know, that was my stomping grounds too. You know what I mean? I had a lot of people over there in Ozone Park. And a lot of people that knew that girl. So I looked at the dude and I said, how am I gonna get this dude? And I was trying many ways to get him, but it just was hard to get this dude because he was on high profile. He walked with captains and all types of stuff. You know what I mean? They was protecting this dude. So it was, I think it was about November 9/3, and they let Sun out. You know what I'm saying, with the high profile PC dudes. And I went out in the yard and it was me, like 4 other dudes in the yard. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get this dude. He's like, how you gonna get him? I said, I'm climbing over the fence. He was like, what? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna climb over the fence to get this dude. You know what I'm saying? So what we did was we caused a diversion. We had one dude that came out to the yard that wasn't supposed to come out to the yard. So they was beating his ass up. So what we did was we caused a diversion. We had one dude that came out to the yard that wasn't supposed to come out to the yard. So they was beating his ass up. And while they was beating his ass up, the COs were busy out there splitting them up from fighting and taking them in. And you know how the COs used to do, they used to beat dudes down. You know what I'm saying? So there was no CO out there in the yard. They was all busy inside with the 2 inmates that had just fought. You know what I'm saying? While that was going on, that was my chance. You know what I'm saying? And I just climbed right over the fence, went over the barbed wires and all that, and I landed down inside his cage where he was at. And I chased him. I chased him all the way into the corner. And I started washing him up. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, I was beating chemical fire out this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have no razor at that time because I was still on fighting mode. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was like, I'm gonna get this dude. And I washed him up. I'm talking about when they realized that I climbed over the fence, the barbed wires and all that, they was like, yo, what the hell? What's he doing in that pen? We got another fight out here. And I remember them running to the yard. I done busted his nose, his mouth. I was washing him. He didn't even fight back, to be honest with you. What he did was he like took 2 swings, and once I caught him, he fell down on the ground. I started stomping him out, kicking him, beating the life out of him until they came out there and they split us up or whatever. You know, I started fighting the police and it was over right there. But he was one of them that, you know, I just was hunting for him because, you know, it was personal. You know, I didn't know the girl that he killed, but my peoples knew the girl that he killed. You know what I'm saying? I felt, you know what I'm saying, that he was out there on some rah-rah stuff. I said, yo, man, I'm going over there. I'm going to wash this dude up. And that's exactly what I did. I went right over that fence. And, you know, the fence had a little barbed wire on it. It didn't have a lot of barbed wires like you usually see. It had like 1 set of barbed wires on it at that time. After that, that's when they started putting more barbed wires on the fence, because now they saying, yo, imagine if this dude had a knife or something, he would have climbed over the fence and killed him. And if I would have had a knife on me, I definitely would have aired him out. But I was still on fighting time at the time because, I didn't need the razor at the time yet. You know what I'm saying? After that incident, yeah, then the razor had came into play. But I'm talking about this dude was totally washed up. And they were surprised, like, they was like, why you climb over the fence? I was like, cause y'all always escorting him with mad police and captains and all that. So I figured the only way I'm gonna get him was to climb over the fence. And they started laughing. They was like, you crazy. They gave me what? They gave me, I think, an extra 6 months in the bin because of that. You know what I'm saying? And then it was on from there.
Another one.
So I went up north. But since I was wilding on the island, what they did was they sent me to Attica. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was my first time being up north and all that. So when they sent me to Attica, I was there for a little bit. And then one day, I went to the law library, and this clerk nigga, he kept stunting because I kept asking him a question about the statute of limitations on assaults. And they kept talking about, there is no statute of limitations. I'm like, where you get your knowledge from, bro? There is a statute of limitations. So we was going back and forth about it. And son said a racist remark. You know what I'm saying? He's like, stupid ass spick. You know what I mean? So I was like, what? And I two-pieced him. Ping, ping. Who you talking to like that? But it's like they went hard body when it came to him, them police, because they was like, I ain't supposed to touch him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the law library clerk. So he was behind like the counter type shit that they had there for the clerks. And next thing you know what I'm saying, police came. When police came, they took me out, whatever, they threw me against the wall. When they threw me against the wall, they started, trying to rough me up and all that. I ended up scuffling with them and shit. But it was not like they beat me down or anything, but you know what I'm saying, they put the beats on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Cause we started fighting or whatever. When they take me to the box, when they came to serve me the ticket, I looked at the name on the ticket. I say, look at this nigga here, his name is Mark Chapman. So I started wrecking it like Charlie Chapman. And then this dude that was next to me in the box, he said, hold up, what was the dude's last name? I said, Chapman. He said, oh shit, that's the old dude that be in the law library? Yeah. I was like, yeah, how you know? He said, yeah, you might know that dude. I was like, who's that? He's like, that's the nigga that shot John Lennon. I said, oh, word? You talk about the nigga from the Beatles? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh man, I would have really went at him if I would knew that was him. But you know, long story short, man, they just they hit me with a assault ticket, saw an inmate, and they kicked me out and sent me to Comstock. You know what I'm saying? When I got to Comstock, you know what I'm saying, that's when I met Tut. You know what I'm saying, for the first time, you know what I mean? Because me and Tut knew about each other in the street, but I was a youngin'. And Tut was from the older dudes, you know what I'm saying? And usually I used to be doing them older dudes dirty. But, you know, Tut was Tut, you know what I'm saying? Tut was official, you know what I mean? So I have respect for Tut, you know what I mean? But, yeah, that's what happened with that Mark Chapman dude, you know what I mean? Like I said, I didn't know that dude was him. You know what I'm saying? I just knew that he just said a racist remark, so I went all in his face, you know what I mean? And they couldn't find out that was him.